everyone, and welcome again to the channel. I am streaming right now and on Facebook and on YouTube, and I appreciate your time, whoever is joining live, or if you're watching the replay. You can maybe just comment, tell me where you're watching from. It will maybe start off a conversation. And as I go along, please feel free to put comments on and see what everybody has as opinions. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Andrea. I'm a mom of 4 amazing kids, and I'm married to Zvonko, and we run an online business. And the purpose of these few series of videos that I'm doing here for these 2 weeks is really just to tackle some of the subjects that sometimes come on when we question things like anything that has to do with online business. And today, really what we're going to be discussing is what are the possibilities when someone runs an online business. And I have a few things here that I wanted to share with you. I'm sorry. And, before further ado, I think I'm just going to go right in there and tell you, this is one of the ones that is the most obvious one. When we run a business online, it runs 24/7. So it runs all the time. There is no opening hours, closing hours. I'm sorry. I feel like I need to cough, and I'm not sure why. This is one of the obvious benefits that we know. Online is there. It's available unless your Wi-Fi goes down or internet is shut off. But other than that, it is running. It's there. Even if when your phone is turned off, it is turning. It's running, right? So that doesn't have a clock. Another thing that's really beneficial that I find, and is actually not beneficial, but it's a possibility when we run an online business, is we choose our own hours. We choose when we're on and when we're not on. I chose to be here for you in the evenings at 6 o'clock. If for whatever reason it suits me better to be here at 8 o'clock in the morning, then I can choose that. And whenever I have a break or whatever, whenever I have a moment or an inspiration and I want to work, I can work. This is not something, it's not like a brick and mortar where you just come on from a certain, on certain days, from certain hours to certain hours. You don't have to rush to go to open the doors, close the doors, etc. Another thing that is, obvious, I think, to me, is really the cost. Like usually the running or the startup costs, they are very minimal. They're not the same. They cannot be compared at all with brick and mortar, right? And every business, doesn't matter if it's brick or mortar or if it's online, it has really, the costs are different. And, this is something that has to be researched. And the person, when they're looking into running an online business, it is something that has to feel good for us. And we should not be doing something that doesn't feel correct, or it doesn't feel like it's something that we feel that will give something back to us. So it's something to definitely look into, but it is also definitely the startup cost and the running costs are much, much lower. I've done a video before on this subject. And for example, this particular business that I am lucky to be part of, I chose it. I don't need luck for it, right? I'm the one who chose this one. All I really needed is a laptop, I needed a phone, and I needed to make sure that I have access to internet. So where do you have a startup cost that is maybe as low as that? Let's say if you don't have a laptop costs $1,000. To get a phone, where I live in Canada, usually you have plans that are for 2 years, and it can cost you, I don't know, I'm making it up, $25 or $50 a month, right? And what else did I say? Internet, right? So let's say we can start with $1,200, right? And there are no monthly fees except the internet and the phone bill, which would be about $100 or $200. So really, cost is something, when we dive further into it, it's something that cannot be argued with. It's something that is a fact. Then we also have online business is boundless. What does that mean? Boundless. I'm talking to you right here in Canada. I see I have few viewers. Here I have Usman, who's watching. He was there yesterday, and I remember he's from Pakistan. I have Wanda watching from Nova Scotia. So this is what I mean by it being boundless, is I can have an access to you from where I'm at, and I can actually travel the globe, right? I can visit whichever country I want just because I have internet, I have a computer, I have a camera, right? And this is a built-in camera. Another thing that we have when we have an online business that's really amazing is that it's automated. It can be automated. It doesn't have to be automated, but it can be automated. And I just actually remembered, I just wanted to thank my viewers watching. I was so much into as to what I was talking about, and thank Guzman and Wanda and all the other ones that are watching. So let me go back to the fact that the online business can be automated, and it's very easy because it depends how much you know about an online business, but things can be put in a place beforehand. And this is something that I also wanted to mention when I was just talking about hours, right? It's the same thing. The convenience of it is because, so the hours and the fact that it's automation, when you put this together, you can plan that, I don't know, you go away for a month and you don't actually even have to touch a business for a month because you have dipped into that automation part of it. And that is what's really amazing. And that is what can give you that freedom of saying, okay, I have a business, I know it's running, because you have already proactively planned for your time off, etc. Right? Okay, so let's see this. This one is also very interesting. With an online business, we're building an asset. Now, it can be an arguable fact that it's an asset depending on a business. Depends what kind of business you are building. It is an online business and it can be sold to someone else. That's what we mean by an asset. Now, there are certain people who have online businesses where they're actually building something that can be transferred over to their family. And I know that there is a word. I hope someone can help me with the word. I'm thinking empire, but I think it's the wrong word I am using. When you're legacy, that's the one. It's not it's legacy. Exactly. I just remembered. So, sometimes we can use the word asset or we can use the word legacy. When we're building a legacy, this is something that can be built. Let's say if I'm the one that's I'm starting the building, right? For whatever reason, I cannot run it anymore. All I need to do is just transfer it over to someone else in a family or whomever I choose, right? It's almost like, imagine it like a testament that you write, right? So it can go to someone else onto someone else's name and they can continue building it. Now, in my particular case, would I sell my business or not? That is something to be discussed later on. I wouldn't personally, but maybe some people choose to do that. Another very interesting thing about online business is that very often it's a recession proof. What does it mean it's a recession proof? There is always people that are unemployed, people that are looking to learn, people that are looking for some kind of a promotion, whatever it is. Online is just something that is so accessible to everybody. And by calling it a recession proof it's there. It can be used. Like, I have a job. I don't have to be unemployed to start looking for an online opportunity, but I can just maybe look for an extra money, extra income, extra something to keep myself busy, whatever it is. So, it is very, very convenient. And as I said right at the beginning as well, the startup costs are so much lower than when we compare it to brick and mortar. And I have two more points to tell you, and I love both of them. One is how it affects your mental state. It is mentally stimulating. It's amazing. I get goosebumps as I'm saying it. I don't know if you can see it. Having an online business brings so many things to me and to my family just by the fact that I'm running this online business, that it's mind-blowing to me. And it brings you that kind of a stimulation. Like, everybody's different. To me, it stimulates my creativity. I love being creative. You see, I already know that some of you that are watching are going to be asking me, how did I put all these, text on the screen, etc. It's because I was I was trying to be creative, and I said, there must be a way. And I think I went to bed last night and I was thinking, there must be a way I can make these videos more interesting. And I found a way, right? And the reason I was a few minutes late is because I was actually working on these few little slides that I wanted to put up every time as I talk to you. I wanted to add something else to it, a little, spice. And that is what I love about the online business, that stimulation that you get, that you're always thinking, oh, and I could do that, and I could do this. And why don't I start? Maybe I'm already thinking, what are the next series of videos I'm going to be making? So your mind is working and turning all the time. So I like it. And, you're really never bored. You're always looking for other things. And the last one, I love it. Income. This one is just something online. There is unlimited income potential. And I think this is the biggest. And maybe because we're not so yet used to hearing people working online, because maybe for the younger generations, it's normal, it makes sense. And for the older generations, we're a little bit more skeptical when it comes to anything that's online, because it's almost like it's not brick and mortar. You cannot point at it and say it's over there, and you see that building, that door, that address, that's where it is, right? It's not something you can, I would say, hold in your hand, right? Because it's an online business. It's somewhere, it's online. It's almost like invisible, but it exists. Like you are right now part of my business because you're watching my video. So I don't know. Let me just see if I have. Yeah, thank you, Wanda. It is legacy. Let me just see. We grew between 20-30% larger during COVID. Yes, online businesses have grown tremendously in the past year. And we may not talk about it because depends where our eyes and ears are on a daily basis. We may be exposed to other information and other facts that are going on in the world, but this is one of them. And it's really, and as Wanda says, it's the new way to earn. And I love that point as well, because, it is. It's just something we do. We do shopping. I heard someone say today, we drink online and we laugh online and, we shop online and we do so many other things. Everything is online. I think even some businesses, they do quotes online, right? I'm on a video with you. I had a team meeting today with, I think we were almost 20 on there. And we haven't seen each other since March 2020, but we were all there on the same screen, so we're meeting, and there's one girl that she's going to go on a maternity leave. So really so many things, they just go online. And I think it is something that is going to be more and more available to us the more we accept the fact that it's okay to go online, right? I cannot think right now on the spot, but imagine when I remember one of the stories when Eiffel Tower was built, or when cars have come out, or when TVs have come out, right? Anything that is rather new at the very beginning, we don't necessarily always want to accept it with such warmth, right? When it's new. Once we get used to it, like at the beginning, how many cars, when we look at those old movies, right? How many cars did we see out there on the streets? Roads were not even made for cars, right? And then today, you can't go on a highway and drive you can't drive 100 kilometers an hour on a highway. You go 10 an hour because there are so many cars, and you can't go faster than that, right? So I just want to thank everybody for being on here tonight and catching up with me. Thank you, everybody. I saw there were few viewers coming on and off, and I truly appreciate your time and your attention to me. And I will actually see you tomorrow. Let me just... where is this? You see, this is when you are your own producer. This is what happens, and then you have to fiddle for for the information that you need. So this is what I wanted to put on the screen. Tune back tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. It will be with pleasure to catch up with you and talk to you again. And if you have any further questions, comments, whatever, it's with great pleasure I'm going to be reading you. Thank you so much. And just to let you know, Zvonko is not here. As you see, every evening, he's still outside. He's working on that for that concrete pour that we're going to have this Saturday. So that's why he's not here. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Bye.